Power is never random. Every headline, every border, every rally you scroll past obeys the same three levers: who holds the final card, who pays the bill, who can fire the ruler. Memorize that triangle and you can tag any country in under a minute. 12 governments, 12 spotters, cheat sheets, 1 take, let's fly. Monarchy. Final card, 1 birth certificate. Bill, royal treasury fed by taxes you vote on only if the king allows it. Fire the ruler, wait for biology, no impeachment clause. Checklist time, absolute flavor. Saudi Arabia, the king both owns and runs the game. Constitutional flavor, the United Kingdom, crowns open parliament but cannot kill a bill. Names lie, rules don't, the British monarch still legally commands the army yet by custom obeys ministers. Spot the levers, spot the hybrid. Pitfall, bloodline bingo can deal you a child king or a reckless heir with a lifetime pass. Socialism. Final card, elected officials acting as custodian of the people's factories, land, and health ledger. Bill, surplus routed to universal services before any profit split. Fire the ruler, multi-party elections still happen. Denmark's parliament can topple the prime minister overnight. Example twist, Stockholm subway tickets cost the same in miles and minutes because public ownership sets price, not a tycoon. Historical echo, 1980s India nationalized banks to funnel credit to farms, growth slowed but rural poverty fell. Pitfall, when the state is both referee and player, lobbying moves inside the ministry, watch for sweetheart procurement. Democracy. Final card, 50% plus 1, either directly in a referendum or through reps. Bill, tax levels decided by the sitting legislature you can replace. Fire the ruler, fixed-term elections plus no confidence motions. Spot the levers in Norway, proportional parliament, coalitions shift, yet voter trust stays above 70% because the checklist is transparent. Names lie, rules don't. Zimbabwe holds elections every 5 years. Tilted media and voter intimidation mean the levers rust. So tag it competitive authoritarian, not full democracy. Pitfall, majorities can rewrite the rulebook mid-game. See Hungary's constitutional supermajority packing courts. Autocracy. Final card, 1 person, no legal veto above. Bill, state budget equals the ruler's ledger. Oligarchs kick tribute to stay in the ring. Fire the ruler, coup, revolution, or death. No ballot shortcut. Modern lens, Belarus 2020, protests challenged Lukashenko, Russia's backing tipped the final card back to him. Historical echo, Roman Emperor Augustus kept the Senate for show while legions answered only to him. Same levers, different century. Pitfall, succession vacuum, when the autocrat dies, elites gamble with armies in the streets. Federalism. Final card, split deck, central government owns foreign policy, states control schools and roads. Bill, double taxation, you pay both capital and provincial levies. Fire the ruler, 2 channels, vote out the president and vote out the governor. Example twist, Canada's Quebec runs its own immigration portal inviting French speakers, even though Ottawa issues passports. Stress test, U.S. Marijuana map, federal law says illegal, Colorado law says legal, spot the levers colliding. Pitfall, economic tug of war, richer provinces resent transfers to poorer cousins, breeding secession talk. Final card, a tiny club you enter by wealth, guns, or dynasty, not by popular count. Bill, public contracts flow back to the club's companies, tax breaks are written in private dinners. Fire the ruler, technically elections exist, but media and campaign finance are captured, so turnover stays cosmetic. Modern tag, modern Russia, Kremlin rotates premiers, yet the same industrial clans own pipelines and papers. Athenian echo, 411 BCE coup installed the Council of 400, property gatekeepers only. Pitfall, middle class exodus, when rules freeze competition, talent emigrates and growth stalls. Republic. Final card, citizens through representatives plus a charter that outranks today's mood. Bill, taxes set by elected Congress, but a court can strike the rate if it breaks constitutional equality. Fire the ruler, scheduled votes plus impeachment for high crimes. Contrast twist, France is a republic with a powerful president, while Italy is a republic with a figurehead president, same label, different lever lengths. Safeguard Clause. U.S. Electoral College can, in theory, defy the popular tally. Names lie, rules don't. Pitfall. Charter worship. If amendment thresholds are too high, 18th century ink can block 21st century problems. Communism. Final card. The Vanguard Party claims custody of all land, banks, and factories on behalf of a classless future. Bill. Zero private rent. The state ledger decides who gets bread and bandwidth. Fire the ruler. Intra-party discipline. The public ballot is single list only. Current lab. Cuba. Private restaurants were legalized in 2021, yet the Central Committee still imports every sack of rice. Historical echo. 1930 Soviet collectivization liquidated kulaks to fund steel mills. GDP spiked, calories crashed. Pitfall. Information choke. When the state owns farms and the Statistics Bureau, harvest data itself becomes propaganda. Anarchism. Final card. No permanent office. Decisions rotate through voluntary councils. You can quit anytime. Bill. Mutual aid wallets. Community treasuries filled by donation, not taxation. Fire the ruler. Recall is instant. Authority dissolves the moment people walk away. Real snapshot. 1936 Catalonia. Workers collectivized 70% of Barcelona firms until military columns reclaimed the final card. Present echo. Kurdish Rojava negotiates trade deals while keeping police answerable to neighborhood communes. Hybrid in action. Pitfall. Scale ceiling. Coordinating airports or vaccines without a backup hierarchy invites free rider chaos. Presidential. Final card. One elected head of state also commands the cabinet. Fixed calendar. Bill. Congress drafts the budget, but the president can veto line items. Fire the ruler. 4-year election, a rare impeachment, not daily parliament confidence. Stress test. Brazil 2016 Dilma Rousseff, impeached for fiscal maneuvers, proving the legislature can fire early if coalitions break. Contrast twist. South Korea's president cannot dissolve parliament, but Mexico's can by decree under constitutional crisis. Same label, different release valves. Pitfall. Winner takes all, loser locks. An opposition Congress can stall for years, breeding executive rule by decree temptations. Parliamentary. Final card. The Prime Minister needs continuous majority inside the House, not a separate electoral certificate. Bill. Finance bills originate with the cabinet, die if coalition backbenchers defect. Fire the ruler. Simple no confidence vote can topple the government overnight. Recent flash. Italy 2022 Draghi loses Senate floor. Snap election in 70 days. Hybrid overlay. Japan keeps a hereditary emperor as diplomatic mascot, yet the Diet holds every real lever. Constitutional monarchy wrapped around parliamentary core. Pitfall. Revolving door fatigue. Italy has seen 30 PMs since 1948. Policy swings scaring long-term investors. Constitutional. Final card. A written charter lists what each branch may touch, and courts referee. Bill. Tax hikes need 2 House approval plus judicial review for equality clauses. Fire the ruler. Amendment requires supermajorities plus sometimes referenda. Slower but binding. Living example. Germany's basic law can be changed only if both Bundestag and Bundesrat agree. Emergency borrowing broke the debt brake in 2020. Then the court forced a repayment roadmap. Contrast twist. United Kingdom calls itself constitutional, yet the charter is spread across statutes. Parliament can still technically rewrite any rule. Names lie, rules don't. Pitfall. Rigid glory. High amendment walls can trap outdated fiscal caps, forcing creative accounting that undercuts transparency. Totalitarian. Final card. The party recognizes no private sphere. Labor camps, school curricula, even humor lines are state property. Bill. The economy is a single firm. 5-year plans replace market prices. Fire the ruler. Only external force or elite palace coup. Public opinion polls are manufactured. Modern lab. North Korea Songbun caste files decide your job, your rice ration, your spouse list. Historical echo. Mussolini's Italy coined the term totalitario to mean everything inside the state, nothing outside the state, nothing against the state. Pitfall. Information desert. When every channel sings the same anthem, collapse arrives suddenly because no one can read the room, not even the dictator. Pause any protest clip, run the checklist. Final card, bill, fire lever. Comment below what regime tag you uncovered.